People don't often like to call attention to the unfinished business, or if you could call it the shadow side of success. But that's what we have across the South, particularly in our dynamic cities, a two-tiered reality. There is growth in jobs, there's growth in income. We have places that people want to move to apply their talents in the economy. But we also have what we're calling a bystander economy. That is, there are too many people, many of whom have grown up in our communities, who haven't benefited and been connected to the opportunity that our communities are generating. So you've got this paradox, high growth, high opportunity cities with very low mobility for large numbers of people. So the tale of two cities, two Raleighs, two Durhams, two Charlottes, two Atlantas, is unfortunately the state of the South today.
It seems like if there is a consensus among our political leaders these days is that education is important and we need to invest, at least rhetorically they make these points, invest in education, and that's one of the key factors in helping people lift themselves out of poverty. And yet, as the report details, it looks like the folks in the South who are making decisions aren't following through with those investments.
You're right. The rhetoric is that education begets opportunity and success, but there appears to be, from the data, a progressive disinvestment in education at the K through 12 level and also in higher education. And Chris, this is really important because another important finding in State of the South shows, based on data from the Pew Charitable Trusts that does extensive mobility analysis, that for children born to parents in the bottom 10% of the income distribution, parents who earn $16,000 a year or less, that the effect of earning a post-secondary credential for children born poor is electric in terms of promoting upward mobility. In other words, if you want to free children born poor from the shackles of poverty, the very best thing you can do is to ensure that those children get a post-secondary credential. And yet, we've seen in these numbers that the investment to make possible those pathways to educational attainment is actually shrinking. So I'm not sure that our rhetoric and our behavior when it comes to investing in the things that there's public consensus about being critical, I'm not sure that rhetoric and reality are meeting here. And, our data, and it's not only ours, show conclusively that post-secondary attainment is key to upward mobility. There are other things that matter, but without a post-secondary credential, young people born poor are much more likely to stay poor than affluent children.